Yes, if you don't mind just having a seat.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon.
Howdy, 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 howdy.
I think I'm going to take. I'll give you my microphone.
Alrighty.
How you doing, sir? Nice shirt.
Welcome, of course, Bien. Boyz II Men, Karibu, Kenya. Yeah, give them a round of applause.
Asante.
Yes, it's of course a beautiful experience to have you guys in Kenya. I'm going to start off with Boyz II Men. How does it feel to be in Kenya?
Feels great. It's been a few years since we've been in the continent. You know, obviously for obvious reasons, we all had to take a world break and sit down for a little bit, so that kind of slowed our journeys and everything. But it's always nice to be here. As you guys know, we've traveled a pretty long distance, but it's always nice to, when we get here, we're welcomed by all of you beautiful people and how you treat us so warmly and make us feel like it's home. So we truly appreciate it. We're happy. We're excited to be here. We hope that you guys are just as excited as we are. And we want everybody to just enjoy the entire festival with all the acts here. And it's going to be a festive evening. And we just want everybody to just enjoy themselves. And again, it's great to be back.
Oh, Karibu Sana. Yes, thank you so much for that. And also, Sauti Sol, funny enough, is that you've come to Kenya. Sauti Sol have just come from the U.S. Yeah, they came from tour in the U.S. If you can tell us in a nutshell, how was your experience as Sauti Sol performing in the U.S.?
First of all, thank you so much for having us on this festival. To stand big to Radio Africa for this beautiful opportunity to play with our idols. I don't know if you guys are aware, but when we started off, we were discovered singing Boyz II Men covers in a mall. So our careers started off based on your inspiration, and we are so honored to be able to share stage with you guys. It's been a dream for so many years.
Thank you.
To see you in the flesh. So welcome to
Appreciate
Kenya.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our shows in America were all sold out. And
Wow.
our shows in America are all sold out. It's a lovely time for Kenyan music because our music has moved from dingy halls to very respectable venues. We played the House of Blues in Dallas.
Oh, big.
We played the Irving Plaza in New York. We played the Benaroya in LA. In Seattle, sorry. We played the Belasco in LA. And we played in Atlanta. We played. These boys are old. But it was a beautiful reception from the Africans in the diaspora, and it was a good reminder of who we are, and the power we hold as a group, and it gave us a lot of reasons to be grateful. So thank you so much for that question.
Well, you're very welcome,
guys. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good stuff. But just to ask Boyz II Men, when you started off until now, what is it that keep going over and over? Like you never stop being relevant. Boyz II Men every year is relevant.
Well, I mean, it's actually what keeps us going is the people, the music. What Boyz II Men has always represented was, music from the heart, lyrical content, emotions, and just expressions of love. To be able to have the songs that we have, last this long, it's amazing. It's something that you can't really forecast. We just feel like, as long as music exists, Boyz II Men will exist. We weren't a contrived group. We didn't, come up in a manager or a record company said, oh, we want to put this guy in, and that guy in, and that guy in. We went to the High School for Creative and Performing Arts, and we sung music. So music actually put us together, So we're connected to it, and I think that's what it really is. It's just us being who we are, artists, creators, and just the gift of God, being able to sing songs that people really feel and touch them with the emotions that come behind it. It's nothing that we can really, say other than, we're blessed.
That's true. Very blessed. Yeah.
Yeah, we I guess we didn't want to go anywhere because we enjoyed it and we enjoy it so much. And just to touch on what Juan said, thanks to folks like you who took our songs and our music and applied them to your everyday lives, you kept the songs alive. Yeah. So you kept Boyz II Men alive. Yeah. So that's the reason why we continue to do it. It's not necessarily because of us per se. I mean, we do love to sing, and I think that even if we weren't as popular as we were, we'd probably find some dive bar or something like that to grab a microphone and sing songs. That's how much we like to sing. But to go to distant lands like this, you know, from where we come from, it's all because of y'all, and that's why we're here, because of you.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. Boyz II Men are still together to this day.
Well, I mean, so it's been an amazing journey so far. Actually, it's been 15 years in the business, and it's gotten to a point where we feel that we just need to step back a bit. We're not quitting music or breaking up. I just want to put that out clearly. I think the statement that we put out was very, very clear, but there's a lot of interpretations from, you know, media and everyone else and just all our fans. But it's just a small hiatus, as we say. Just a small hiatus and everything else will be running. All the businesses that we've come up with, our record label, and everything else will still be running. We just feel like we just need to take just a very small, tiny break, from music. That's it. Yeah. And you guys are banned. You know.
We
have done it.
We have.
Case closed. Case closed.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it at the time we did it. It was healthy for us because, again, 15 years and 31 years is a little different. So.
Oh yeah, okay. That's a bombshell right there.
So the fact that, like you said, when you met in school, you were younger, and we were the same way. So, you know, we came straight out of school right into that. That was pretty much our life, and you know, there was literally no break for us. I mean, every day of the week, it was something going on with Boyz II Men for at least the first 9 years of our careers. So we got to a point where being around each other like brothers every day, it's like you get to a point like, yo, 2 years ago this was fine, now you're too close to me. And then you say, we need the same thing you said, we need a break, and then we kind of did the same thing. So
okay.
It's just you know, I guess music when we were doing it long time ago, 30-something years ago, music was still changing, and it was evolving and turning into this, and you know, it was R&B and pop at one point. Then it became R&B, hip hop, you know, and pop. Then it became hip hop and R&B, you know what I mean, and then pop. So I think that the fact that Boyz II Men's music crossed over, it allowed us to, and we cultivated enough of the world, it allowed us to take a step back. But when we did that, music changed. And it changed to a different type of music, hip hop, you know, and that's not our forte, you know. So as that we took that time off, we realized that it changed, and we tried to figure out where we would possibly fit. And in fact, you know, we kind of didn't fit, and we weren't willing to change our brand and who we are, because we wanted to maintain the integrity of Boyz II Men and the music that we represented. When it changed, when we came back, it was like, okay, so what do we do now? You know what I mean? So we just decided to go where the love was. So we went to Japan, we went to Australia, we went to, you know, outside of, you know, and music is now coming back around, and it's doing its circular, you know, cipher thing, and you know, we're just waiting for our chance to, you know, step our toes back in it the way that we want to, you know. That's the main thing. Just being able to, when you do decide to come back on your own terms, you know, with your own mindset. Don't change who you are and who you will always be, you know what I mean? You know who you want to always be, but don't change it because the rest of the world is.
What's your input in terms of the new upcoming talent?
Well, it's a different landscape in the United States, unfortunately. Just not a lot of groups around. Sad to say, not just the United States, but the world tends to be in what we tend to call a YouTube society, where it's all about the individual, to where it becomes a mental block where kids don't even want to come together as a group because everybody wants to be their own solo artists. They can turn the camera on themselves. They can be their own star. They can be their own producer. So it's very difficult for groups in America to really even get started because no one really wants to share. That whole mentality is gone out of the window. So I mean, we talk to different artists as we meet throughout, you know, our time. But as far as groups are concerned, it's very, very difficult landscape in the United States.
But you know, just to put a little flag out there, my sons, I have 4 sons who are in a singing group. They're signed to Mary J. Blige's label. The name of the group is Juan Moore. They're all named Wanye, Jermaine Morris, second, third, fourth, and fifth. But they are out, and you know, we're going to somewhere down the line begin to, you know, push them in the blueprint of what Boyz II Men represents, because I mean, they're my sons, you know. Why not? You know what I mean? And they're pretty good. So check them out. They're very good.
As Polycarp said, man, we set up those businesses as a legacies, you know. So they're still going on. Mviri and Bensol actually are older, so we need to sign more people. So actually, right now we are looking for new talent. We have scouts all over who are looking for new talent. So we're gonna be announcing more talent soon, because that's how we thrive. You thrive by seeing your kids thrive, So Bensol and Viri were just the beginning.
Yes.
So the business still continues.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
all our businesses, Soul Kids, anything that you've seen us launch and be part of, those are our day-to-days, man. I'll be meeting up with BN, discussing business all the day and night, not music now.
Okay. and by the way, this goes to both groups. And just to ask, do you sometimes listen to your older works and then go like, I should have done this differently?
I don't think that I would. I wouldn't do that. I mean, simply because it's important that the people that listen to you are growing with you. You know, when we came out, I was 15 years old. I was recording at 15 years old. And my voice was still in that change mode. You know, I was finding it, but then I was losing. I was finding. I was like, oh, okay, I got to figure something out. But as time progressed, my voice grew, and the fans grew with me. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I probably wouldn't want to redo it.
No, I was about to say, music is a time capsule, and when we record, you're capturing a moment. So even though we might cringe now because we're a lot more mature and our voices have grown and we've learned a lot more, that was still very much a time in history for us and for the listeners and for the people that fell in love with the music, that appreciate that for what it is. It's still beautiful, but as musicians, we're our toughest critics, and we're always going to listen to our stuff and say, man, I wish I did that over, or I'd add this or that. That's just, you know, just innate as music people. You're always going to try and want to do something better. But nah, man, Cooley High Harmony was, even with our maturing voices and teenage throats, like it was still it was still a good moment.
And the other thing about it is that, like Sean said, when it comes to being a time capsule, it's one of those things where out of all the songs, all the things we've ever done in our life, that first album, no music can ever be done that way, meaning the fact that from the time we were born to the time we walked in the studio, every influence, every hand we shook, every person we met, every time we cried, every morning we woke up, all of that was put into that first album. Like from the beginning of our lives until that album was the first album. That time period's never coming back again. And even as you move into further albums, none of that can ever happen again, because, you know, we weren't Boyz II Men. We were just kids growing up on the street. All of our influences, everybody we hung out with, everything we did, all of that lyrically, musically was put into that album. And we couldn't even put that into the next album because we only had 2 years. So that was the longest we ever had to put an album together with all of the influences that we've ever had in our life. And then after that, you roll into a year or 2 years and 1 year. You just don't have enough time. So that's special in that way, we don't have the time to ever do an album like that again.
Okay. That's the same. I assume that's the same for Sauti Soul. When you listen to the older works, I remember that first video.
It's even crazy. This morning, I tried to listen to Midnight Train, and I couldn't stand it. And that's our latest album. You know, like what he speaks about growth is important, but also it's important to say that that first Boyz II Men album is so special that no matter what time it ever or what era it would be released, it would still be the #1 album, because the music is different, it's profound, it's beautiful in all the ways. So that album, if it's Mwanzo from Sauti Sol, or it's Midnight Train from Sauti Sol, or it's Boyz II Men, it would still be the #1 album at the time. If it was released in the year 2000, if it was released in 2022 or 2023.
Okay.
It's very special music.
Thank you.
So Sauti Sol, a lot of people say that you, BN, are the lead singer. When it comes to Boyz II Men, who's the lead singer? Because in different songs, I hear someone else taking lead, another person taking the back, the back end.
That's the point.
That's the point right there.
Like we all kind of take the helm. Behind the lead vocal thing. Honestly, that's kind of what made Boyz II Men when we first came out sort of stand out above, other guys that came out. You'll see in other groups you might have 1, 2 at the most who take on the lead singing role, and with us, we all have 3 distinct voices that complement certain parts of the song, and it almost became like our signature. It almost like he starts, I'm in the middle, he finishes. And that's kind of what we've done, and we've done it over and over and over again, and it became, I guess you could say, our sound. So it's almost like fans look for it. Like you hear Nate, okay, well, Sean's coming next, and then Juan's going to, so it just organically became that. And then when we sing together, that's what makes us Boyz II Men.
That's true. BN, you are the lead singer, aren't you?
Guys, I don't think anybody in Sauti Sol is replaceable.
That's true.
When you look at all the groups that you see, a lot of the groups you see on TV, as he said, very manufactured. So they center it around one person, and then everybody else is kind of just playing a role where they're, there to be aesthetics. But I don't think I've had a baritone like Chimano's anywhere. I don't think I've had a tenor like Savara's anywhere. And that's what makes the group special.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And every time you see when someone starts singing their verse, the girls always scream. Because now that's my part. That's my guy.
Yeah, that's true.
So everybody picks a favorite. Everybody picks parts of the songs that they love. And
Okay, so as we wrap this up, just before Boyz II Men leave, if you can give Kenyans an idea of what to expect tomorrow.
A lot of singing. Trust me, we didn't come this far to not do what we do. We're happy to be here. We know this is the continent where life was originated. So it's special for us. We don't live here, so we can never underappreciate it. So we know it's going to be full. We know these people have followed us since we were kids, and we're just going to give them as much energy, as many songs, and as many vibes as we possibly can. Because it's what they deserve. And this is, like they said earlier, this is why we do it.
It's going to be fun, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sauti Sol, what do we expect?
Ben, I did talk before you showed up. Tomorrow we get on at 7:30, so be on time. It's gonna be amazing. As usual, we'll give you our heart and soul, our voices, our performance, our energy, and see you guys tomorrow.
All right, yeah.